Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For past 1 month I never uploaded any video because I'm little bit busy with my work. Sorry for that. And this is another requested video from one of my subscriber. She want the design for the kameez and she have sent me the pictures for that. So today I'm going to do that. It's going to be another collar neck pattern. So this is the kameez material. See, this is the top part. I finished cutting out the armhole, the neckline. See, the bottom of the dress is like this one. So at the top you can see the border is there. So my full length is 40 inches, so this border alone comes for 3 to 4 inches, so I can't cut the border. So I just made the border as it is and I made the neckline and my armhole. So I have some leftover border for this. And to begin this project you need a contrasting color fabric. So why I took this fabric is because this flower is ended up with the same green color thread over here, you can see that. So I took this contrasting color fabric for that. And you need some buttons like this. So I'm going to attach this buttons also, a gold color buttons like this. So let's get started. For this project I'm going to use the lining to the kameez because it's really see-through material. So I'm attaching the line. So attaching the lining is not that much tough job. So this is the pretty side of the fabric, and to the back side of the fabric, that's the wrong side, you're going to place the lining. If you want, you can pin somewhat like this, or else you can hand tag all around the kameez, that is the neckline, shoulder, armhole, till you get into this slit part. So this is how first step you're going to do for making the lining kameez. So for the front part you have to measure what is going to be the depth of the neckline. So the depth of the neckline for me is going to be 7.5 inches, and when you attach this shoulder it's going to take a 1/4 inch. So calculate that, and now I'm going to take 8 inches as my depth of my neckline. So this is the front side. It's always safe to close the fabric like this, and take the back side of the kameez and take 7.5, that is 8 inches over here. So instead of 7.5 I'm just taking half an inch more, because when you sew you get just giving that half an inch for the shoulder. So now this is going to be my exact neckline depth. So make sure you align the fabric in a proper way, okay, so that you will get the center. Okay, the tape over here, take 5.5 inches and just give a mark, and first draw a square like this. Okay, and make a curve, and I'm going to cut this out and I'm going to put a slit over here. So when you open to the front side it should look somewhat like this. So I'll show you how this pattern works. So this pattern goes all the way to the top like this. See, and another piece of this going to come over this part, and to the center I'm going to give this fabric. That's going to look good. So before starting the sewing you have to decide how much you're going to leave this fabric. So for me I want this design to come till 15 inches from the top. So I just give a marking over 15 inch. So till the 15 inch I will cut the fabric. Okay. So I do the same for the next side. Just place it equally and cut this out. Okay. So I just made two individual pieces. So let's sew this together. So make sure you place the fabric exactly over this corner. See, this piece should be placed over here, and make sure you press the fabric and you get the center point of the fabric. So my center point of the fabric matches the raw edge of this piece. So I just want to secure it with some pins so that I would have that marking. Okay, so I'm going to sew that together. So don't sew till the end because we have to fold that. Same like that. Take the next piece. So once it's sewn to both the side, make sure you put it a little bit over this side, and you're going to put a stitch over here. Make sure you leave enough fabric over here, at least 3 or 2 inches, because we are going to fold the fabric underneath. So leave a little bit of fabric and you're going to sew towards the top. Same you're going to do to the next side of the fabric. Fold that in. So after sewing to both the sides, we're going to cut this excess fabric which is hanging out more than the neckline. So I'm just cutting this out. And you're going to do the same to the next side. Okay, cut this out like this. It. Here we go. So now we got the pattern on both the side. You can see now the neck is really neat. So I'm going to attach this fabric at the center over here. So for that you need the length of this. So starting from this point, you're going to measure the length. So the length is going to be 11 inches approximately. 11.5 to cut 12 inches, giving a half an inch more because this fabric will fray out. You can see this. Once it's attached, if I have any uneven edges, I can trim it afterwards. See, I just got the center point of this fabric. So the next step is I'm going to measure this length and I'm going to mark the same in this piece of fabric. So when I keep this, the slit comes exactly at this point, so making that as a mark. I'm just opening the fabric and I'm going to put the slit exactly till that. Okay, so now you can see I've got a slit. So now I'm going to attach this fabric to this. So this is going to be the wrong side of the fabric and this is going to be the pretty side of the fabric. Make sure the wrong side and the pretty side matches together and place it like this, and just secure it with some pins at the center so that it doesn't move. Okay, so now I'm going to sew at the exact margin of this fabric. So just put the needle in and turn the fabric out, and again you're going to sew to the next side. So you're going to sew something like a V, like this. You can see I just started from here, I came down and I just went up something like a V, and now I'm going to put a slit a little bit here, just cutting deep into this. And I'm going to turn this fabric in like this. So once it is pressed together, you can see it look nice and neat like this. Okay, so now you're going to fold the edges and you're going to sew that. So make sure you chain the thread according to the fabric, and let's start the sewing. Do not sew to the end because we are going to fold that. So do the same to the next side of the fabric. So this centerpiece width is absolutely depend upon you. So if you want this piece to be little bit thin, for sure you can make. If you want, you can take half an inch also. So this piece would be thin like this putty piece. So it look nice and neat. First I just mark a straight line till where I'm going to make a fold and make it in an angle. So till this line I'm going to fold that in. See, it should be folded like this, and secure it with some pins like this, and that should be done till the end of this green fabric. So once everything is tucked in and pinned up like this, you're going to start from this point, come to the edge, lift your foot up, turn the fabric and just sew this. So now you can see it's done, and you can see how beautiful it is. It looks really nice. Now the next step is we are going to join the front piece and the back piece together. See, first I just put one basting stitch to this to make it secure. So if you're sewing for the lining, make sure you do this step. Just sew all around the corners of the dress. See, now I have finished making the neckline. You can see it looks really nice. In this center putty, I'm going to add these buttons. If you get fancy stone buttons, you can add that too. So these gold button goes in the center. And for the neckline finishing, I'm going to attach the collar for this. So in many of my video I showed you how to make the collar neckline. So let's get started. So to make the collar neckline, you have to mark the center point of the neckline by matching the corners like this. So this is going to be the center point. So just give a small notch over here. So take your measuring tape and start measuring your neckline. See, just little by little you add the fabric to the tape and run the tape all over like this. And see, when I get into these notches, I'm getting the measurement to be 10.5. So 10.5 plus 10.5 is going to be 21 inches all around. So we are going to take off the dot, that is going to be 10.5. See, that is exactly 21 inches. Now take your fusible interfacing and with your tape I'm going to mark 10.5 from the bottom. See, the 10.5 come exactly over here. So from here you're going to mark 3.5 or 4 inches. That's going to be standard. So after marking this 3.5 and this 10.5 inches, take your neck pattern scale. So if you're not having the scale, just check my previous video of how to make the collar neck. Without the scale I have made that, so you can just check with that. So just mark the point, just extend this point till where it ends. So it ends exactly over here. So just draw the curve to exactly to this point. Okay, So now we are going to decide what is going to be the width of the neckline. So I'm going to keep a 1 inch. So if you want 1/4 inch, you can mark. If you want the collar to look a little bit thin, you can mark a 1/2 inch too. And if you want the collar to look a little bit big, you can mark a 2 inch also. So for today's project, I'm going to mark just 1 inch. Continue marking that. So if you have the scale, the work will become very simple. So take 3.5, place the scale exactly at this point, and from this point you're going to just mark the curve till this 10.5 inches. So now we are going to measure this line, which is the first line what we have drawn, and it have to measure 10.5 inches. So just run your tape like this and check whether you're getting 10.5 inches. See, your 10.5 inches just ends exactly over this point. So that's what we need. So just run the tape. So this is the exact 10.5 inches. Here you have to decide what kind of collar you want. You want a box collar, that's a straight collar, or a curve like this. If you want a box, just straight it like this, that's it enough. If you want a curved collar, just bring that in a curved line like this. So now I'm going to cut this out. Make sure everything is even, and then you're going to So if you follow this step, for sure you will get a nice and neat collar. So first secure it with some pins, and leaving a 1/4 inch at the top and leaving a 1/4 inch at the bottom, and I'm going to cut this out. So now you have a two piece. One is the lining and one is the main fabric. So it's going to come like this. So another piece which is going to come at the top is the lining and the main fabric. Make sure that the pretty side of the main fabric and the pretty side of this fabric matches together like this. So when you sew together and when you flip this in, you will get both the pretty sides together. So just place it like this, and I'm going to start sewing. Just sew exactly on the edge of the canvas. So now we can see I have sewn to the top part of the neckline. see how to sew to the opposite side where we took marking. So this is the point where I took the marking for the 10.5 inches, and you should not sew on this point. You have to sew to the opposite line that we took for a 1 inch. This is how to sew to the opposite line. So this is the 10.5 inch line. So after sewing that, you're going to trim out the excess fabric which is hanging over here. Okay. Like this. Sure, when you notch, don't cut into the thread. You have to notch exactly at the point of the thread where the thread ends. See, cut the thread by mistake. Please go ahead and stitch that again. So I'm going to put just a small slits all over, so it will turn nice and easy. Now when you turn this inside, it look like this. See, you got a nice and neat collar. See, after this you're going to give a press. So now I have finished pressing my collar band, and I'm going to mark the center notch for this. This is going to be my center point, so center notch this. So take your dress and take your neckline and take one side of the collar and place it inside to the fabric, that is the wrong side, and you're going to start sew all around. So when you get into the turn, just put your needle in and lift your foot up, and you're going to turn the fabric. So this is the wrong side. I'm just placing the right side of the collar band to the wrong side of the fabric, like this. So you're going to sew little by little. So if you find a little bit difficult in sewing like this, you can just secure it with some pins, and also you can just hand tag that, and after that you can sew that. Now you can see this collar is inside like this. So once it's done, you're going to just take this out like this. Just take this out, and you can see you have a raw edge like this, and it look like this. So then you're going to fold this in, and you're going to sew it underneath. So you can see the canvas underneath. So just you're going to place this fabric under the canvas, and you're going to sew exactly at the margin. So this is going to be the end result of the dress, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. You can see how beautiful it is. So the color combination is really good. I don't know how my camera is capturing this color, but it is so very pretty good color. So for the sleeves, you can see finished up with the sleeves. It has a very big border in both the sleeves. You can see this design also comes in the shoulder, and I want to show you the back side too. So to the back side, you can see again this design comes all over for the full shoulder, and it looks really nice. And to the bottom of the kameez, it is like a flower design. So if you have an opportunity to buy a dress material which has a border on both the side, that is to the top and the bottom, please go ahead and buy that, because you can use the top part of the border to make such a wonderful, pretty good design like this. And also when you turn it out to the back side, it looks really stunning, it looks really pretty, and it looks really nice. So if you have a very old pattu sari, you can also make with that the same thing. In the sari also you have the top and the bottom border, so you can just try the same. This is going to be a good and neat technique. Most of the ready-made kurtas and kurtis comes with this neckline. I just want everyone to try this neckline because it's very simple, neat, and just looks really stunning. And in my next video I'll be covering the puff sleeves, and in that video I'll be showing you how to make a different kinds of sleeves and the puff sleeves, and I hope it will help you to sew the puff sleeves. And that's it. And if you like this video, hit on the thumbs up button. Please do share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss any of my future video. And also you can join in my Facebook group to more updates. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.